Hey, how you doing? It's DecepySwag, and we got some stuff to talk about. Over the weekend, SNK had their program at TGS, and god dang did it leave an impression on the fighting game community. As always, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and to support your favorite Decepticon. So yeah, SNK had their presentation on Thursday at 6 AM Central Time, and to be honest, I was gonna wait and watch it later, but man, am I glad I stayed up for it. First up, Samurai SHODOWN. Now, nothing in terms of a new season or crossplay beta was announced, which I'm sure is disappointing to many fans. I myself was hoping to hear something major like that announced here at TGS. However, there was the announcement of its inclusion at SWC 2025, which, by the way, quick side note, thank you SNK for giving it the correct year. If you don't know, the last SWC was called SWC 2023, due to when the qualifiers were, and it made it extremely confusing when talking about the event, which again, glad they fixed that with this one being SWC 2025. So we're just going to skip past 2024 and go straight to the next year. Something I just wanted to point out. SamSho being at SWC is great since it'll give this game some much deserved spotlight and have its players and matches be shared to a wide viewing audience. Yet it's also great for the likelihood of there being some kind of announcement. Now, what it could be is up in the air, be it crossplay beta, new characters, DLC, stages, costumes, whatever it may be. Comment down below if you'd like me to do a character wish list or something of possible DLC characters. I think that'd be pretty fun. I haven't done one of those yet on the channel. FYI, my favorite SamSho character is Basara. I know he sucks in the game, or at least bottom tier, but hey, he's pretty dope to me. But again, that's pretty much just for the SamSho section. A whole lot of wait and see for SWC. Next up, we got the King of Fighters 15. For this, I wasn't expecting too much to be really revealed or talked about, honestly. Like I mentioned in my other vids, there's the whole 30th anniversary celebration happening with SNK revealing and sharing things on a week per week basis, which, to be honest, hasn't been anything too special or crazy. Now, there's been some artwork shown and behind the scene things that's, again, cool. I appreciate it, that's awesome. But if I'm gonna be honest, a couple of it is things we've seen before or already knew about, so it's not exactly knocking people's socks off so far. Regardless, that is happening, and judging from the website, we still got a ways to go until some big things is revealed. I'd say we got until really December, which is when Vice and Mature come out. But all things considered, it wasn't a complete bust. We got an update on the final DLC of Vice and Mature. They showed off not just the models in progress, but also how they go about doing the motion capture. And as far as I can remember, that's really surprising because this is the first time they've done something like that. Now, I could be wrong, so comment down below if they have, but I don't remember them doing that, so that's really neat. But again, this was a nice change in them being upfront and transparent with how they go about doing the models and capturing of the movement. Kinda reminds me of what Capcom did when the game was coming out and them showing how they do the motion capture. So I appreciate SNK doing this, and I encourage them to do it more from time to time. They mentioned that their costumes are based off their 96 iteration of KOF, which I never realized this, but I love the rose pattern on their sleeves and the artwork. Another thing is their earrings match as well. So with Mature, her right ear has a longer crystal, while Vice's left ear has her longer crystal. Cool details. Really love how they look. Vice's bedhead, really shaggy hair, cut, but it's still cool looking, while Mature, of course, has her hair neatly and like this poofy bun, but still also looks nice as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Again, I didn't think I'd see them in 15. I made my peace with it, I accepted it. I wanted everybody else to get the characters they wanted. But the Lord Orochi smiled down upon me, and hey, I'll accept this gift. Like I said though, not a whole lot to touch on about the 15 segment. More of a wait and see with the panels being revealed along with SWC next year. So yeah, on to the next and final section, and pretty sure this is the main thing everybody wanted to talk about. Fatal Fury. It's pretty clear that a lot of the focused or juicy bits of this program was with the Fatal Fury section. Chun-Li and Ken being announced for Season 1, the producers for Street Fighter 6 being there for the panel, as well as having a fun discussion about the surprises. I definitely did not expect them to immediately reveal the Season Pass characters, and even then for them to be freaking Ken and Chun-Li. We all suspected Street Fighter characters were coming, but definitely thought it'd be later in the game life, maybe around like Season 2 or even 3. But hey, SNK is pulling out all the stops for this game, and I ain't mad at it. They definitely want this game to hit like a home run. They are putting their best foot forward, and I am here for it. Now, for anyone that had an idea of what the roster could have been or the DLC, yeah, that completely just got destroyed, I'm sure. But I'm thinking I'll make my own prediction for that another time for the final characters. Now, the Street Fighter guys being there was dope, having them talk about what their earliest impressions were of each other's games, how what their experience were like, and this and the third. The shared sentiment between the two groups is common respect for one another, as well as the common origin them having been based in Osaka. There were also questions about how each group went about picking who they wanted in their games as representatives and stuff. You can tell how much they enjoy working with one another, especially with the Street Fighter side, saying there was so much they were thinking of doing and putting in the game with Terry. If you've seen Street Fighter 6 with Terry, you can tell they paid attention to detail and put a lot of love into him, so it's definitely something special seeing him on the roster. It just makes me wonder how Ken and Chun-Li are gonna look in Fatal Fury Save the Wolves and what things they will give them. Definitely curious about the costumes, moves, and just their functionality overall, especially their interaction with other characters. Can't wait to see those dialogues. During the segment, they even went and pointed out the copyright of both company names on the advertisement for Chun and Ken coming to Fatal Fury, which again is them just teasing us for another collab game. They even pointed out and said, man, it's been a long time since we've seen these two company names next to each other like this. Like at this point, bro, it's just blatant. We get it. We know what you're doing. You're teasing us. Give us the game. We know CVS 3 is in the works. We know you all have it planned. It's gonna happen eventually. It doesn't get any more obvious than this. I'm just waiting on it. I'm hyped. I just can't wait for it. But yeah, for that segment, obviously was the most hype. Definitely had me out of my chair. If you look at my reaction to the whole segment, I did get up and I did have some crazy looks on my face. But again, didn't expect them to announce them so soon or even at all really as DLC of Season 1. But that's going to be it for this video. Overall, I give the event a solid 7.5 out of 10. Mostly a lot of setup for SWC, big reveal with Chun and Ken for Fatal Fury, as well as behind the scenes stuff for Vice and Mature. So overall, I'm glad I'm stayed up. It was nothing too spectacular, but it still was amazing in the fact of those characters being announced and them laying the groundwork again for SWC. So I can't complain. As always, we reached that part of the video where I ask, what are your thoughts? Did you enjoy the presentation? Were you shocked by the announcement of Chun and Ken coming in Season 1? Are you looking forward to SWC now that Sam Show is going to be included as well? Comment down below and I'll try to respond. Till next time, I'm DecepySwag. Later.